This is a CBS News Special Report. I'm Gayle King here in New York. We've got breaking news for you from Afghanistan, where there are significant casualties, including some Americans, from a suicide attack outside the country's main airport in Kabul. This happened about 1 hour ago in an area where thousands of people were waiting, hoping to try to get on a flight out of the country. Now, sources tell CBS News there were at least 2 explosions. We do not know yet how many people were killed or wounded, but the Pentagon is scheduled to give a briefing very soon. Now let's bring in David Martin. He's at the Pentagon. David, this is exactly what U.S. officials were worried about. What are your sources saying about what happened?
Well, Gayle, we have a new tweet from the Pentagon spokesman, John Kirby, and let me just read that to you. We can confirm that the explosion at the Abbey Gate was the result of a complex attack that resulted in a number of U.S. and civilian casualties. We can also confirm at least one other explosion at or near the Barron Hotel, a short distance from the Abbey Gate. So that's 2 confirmed explosions and official confirmation of U.S. casualties. We don't know how many, we don't know how severe, but this is obviously the worst-case scenario coming to pass, and the scenario that U.S. intelligence had been warning about, namely that ISIS would attempt to conduct a terrorist attack against the crowds outside the airport there in Kabul in these final days of the American war in Afghanistan.
Now, I heard, David, the term I keep hearing was ISIS-K. Most people hadn't heard of that term before, or that group. What exactly does that mean, ISIS-K? Who is that?
Well, the K stands for Khorasan. It's simply it's the Afghan branch of ISIS. Technically, they're made up of disenchanted Taliban who did not think the Taliban agenda was radical enough, and so they joined ISIS. They are not a particularly large group inside Afghanistan, but obviously they have the will and they have the means to carry out these suicide bomber attacks.
All right, David, thank you. This is very upsetting to hear. And just yesterday, U.S. officials were telling Americans in the area to please leave immediately. Immediately was a word they used. Charlie Daggett is now monitoring the newest developments. He's in Doha, Qatar. Charlie, I know this is a fluid situation. It's very much in flux, but what are you hearing?
Well, eyewitnesses from the scene describe a suicide bomber that walked along a sewage canal just outside Abbey Gate, as David was saying, walked into the middle of this packed crowd and blew himself up. A Taliban spokesman is quoted by Reuters by saying 13 people are dead. As is always the case, these numbers fluctuate. We've seen some grim pictures purportedly from the scene that suggest those numbers will go up. The Taliban is saying children and Taliban guards are among them. And just to paint that picture, you've seen thousands of people packed outside that airport despite these warnings. I mean, the State Department said, as clear as could be today, to Americans and everyone else for that matter, to get away from the airport. If you're coming, stay away. If you're there, get out. And that went for everybody. Clearly, there were people that didn't heed that warning. And the intelligence was solid on this. It came from the United Kingdom and Australia. A UK minister actually said this event is going to happen within a matter of hours. So they could see this coming, which is why that blanket warning went out. But there are people that either didn't get that message or chose to ignore it, who are still trying to take that chance to be on one of those last flights out before U.S. forces pull out on August 31st.
You're right, Charlie. The intelligence was solid, and that's why officials were so frantic to get the word out. Thank you very much. Now let's go to the White House, where our Ed O'Keefe is standing by. Ed, what is the White House saying about this attack? I realize it's still very early in the stages now.
It is, Gayle, but they say the president has been briefed on the situation. He's getting updates. Among others, the Secretaries of Defense, Lloyd Austin, and State, Antony Blinken, are here at the White House for those ongoing briefings. They're also here in part because the Israeli Prime Minister is set to visit in a previously scheduled visit to see the president, but the briefings continue. We should point out that the president, in every public statement he has made since at least Sunday regarding this situation, has warned specifically that something like this could happen. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, Secretary Blinken, and others have done the same, saying the longer that U.S. troops continue to conduct this evacuation from Kabul, the higher the threat of a terrorist attack would become. So in essence, this is not surprising to this White House and to the Biden administration because they've been warning publicly for days that it could happen. But regardless, a nightmare scenario, something they've been very sensitive to the possibility of, and it has now happened. Again, we're scheduled to see the president later today when he meets with the Israeli Prime Minister, and we'll see whether that changes and whether the White House will say anything more publicly. But as the situation there in Kabul unfolds and the likelihood of a higher death count continues, it's likely this is now going to completely dominate the day here at the White House.
All right, Ed. It's also exactly why the president kept saying he did not want to extend the deadline, because he was worried about this very thing. We thank you very much. Our coverage will continue on our 24-hour streaming network, that's CBSN. Of course, you can watch it at cbsnews.com or on our CBS News app. There will be more to come on your local news on the CBS station, and tonight, of course, on the CBS Evening News with Norah O'Donnell. Many of you will return now to CBS This Morning. This has been a CBS News Special Report. I'm Gayle King at CBS News in New York.
For news 24 hours a day, go to cbsnews.com.